Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I have come up with the part 3 of form controls. Okay, so in part 1 I have explained you about how you can create radio button and checkboxes from scratch, and in second part I have explained you about how to create toggle switches and drop down menu, and this video is going to be all about input fields and buttons. Okay, so if you have not watched my previous parts here, so I would like to tell you that you can watch those videos as well if you want to know about these controls. Okay, so let's get started with the video. First of all, I'll create on the frame tool here, and then I will go with the Android large. Okay, so why I have taken this, because I need to know the size, like appropriate size. So let's also have a grid, apply a grid to it so that we can properly align them. Okay, margin I'll take as 20 and count as 4. Okay, so first of all, let's create an input field. Okay, I need a rectangle here. Then I'll draw a rectangle, okay, whose width is 320 and height is 51, okay, and I'll remove its fill and add a stroke to it, okay, and also I will increase the corner radius here, okay. So the color I don't want to be as black, it should be a shade of gray, like a little bit, it should be lighter than the black, okay. Uh, that's it, that looks fine. And stroke you can increase to 2 or 1.5, okay. Yeah, just 1.5. Okay, so for an input field, you need a label, okay, and a placeholder text, okay. So let's get our label also here, okay. So for now, I'll write label, okay, and it should be medium, okay, and the font I'm using is Poppins, okay. Just add an auto layout to this text, okay, that is shift plus A. That's it, you got the auto layout, and also add a fill to the, okay, to the auto layout, and then you can place it over here, but it feels it's too big, so you can do one thing, you can just scale it down, okay. I scaled it by clicking on the K button, okay. Let me know if you want to understand about the K also, like the scaling tool. I'll also explain about that in some other video, okay. So here is my label. I'll add some other color to this one, okay. That's it. Yeah, so here is my label. So for example, I want it to be name, okay. Now since you have added an auto layout here, whatever you name it as, it will be responsive to that, okay. So now I need a placeholder here, okay. So the placeholder I'll be adding here, placeholder, okay. So just place it here. So the placeholder you will be adding here, this should be either you can make it a very light color or you can also decrease the opacity from here, okay. Whatever you like, you can do it, okay. I'll just make the color to be a little bit lighter here, okay, and it should not be medium, it should be regular, okay. So after adding this, okay, now you can also, group it first of all. Let's group it all together and you can make it as a component. Okay, now you can use it repeatedly. Okay, for example, this is the main component, so I'll not use this one, I'll use this. Okay, so here, for example, this is the name. Okay, here I'll be writing as maybe uh, enter your name, enter your name. Okay, then I'll duplicate the same component. Here I'll be writing as email. Okay, enter your email address. Okay, that's it. Now I'll hide this one. Okay, so that is how you have created an input field. Okay, and then you have converted it to a component, so as you can use it repeatedly. Okay, now I'll be coming to my button here. Okay, now for a button, you have two ways. Okay, either you can get a rectangle tool, like, okay, a rectangle tool, and then create a button and then add a text and then add an auto layout, or else you can do it in a different way. Like for example, here I'll write here as submit. I'll write here as submit, and that should be semi bold. Okay, because it's a button, so the text should be a little bit bolder. Okay, so then you can click on the shift plus A to create an auto layout here. Okay, now you can edit it a little bit. Okay, you can increase the padding here. Okay, and also add a fill to it. By default it doesn't have any fill, so you need to create a fill and then add a color to that. Okay, for example, I'll have a purple color to this one. Okay, and this text should be a little bit white. Okay, because I have used a little bit of darker color here at the back, so I have given a white color to my text so that it will be visible properly. Okay, so you need to make sure the contrast is, you're using a proper having a proper contrast between your colors. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now here also you can also create a component of the button. So now I want to take an instance of this one. Okay, and then I want to rename it as uh, maybe enter. Okay, just for example, to show you one thing, like if now you name it anything, okay, this button is going to resize it on its own because I have added an auto layout to it. So it's a very good technique to, if you want to create a button. Okay, you can create with this method, and another method is by just selecting a rectangle tool and then, okay, so you can also increase a little bit of, you can add a corner radius to it. Okay, the same color I'll use here. Okay, and then the text also I'll duplicate it. Okay, that's it. Okay, now what you are going to do is to convert it into an auto layout. You just select the both of the things. Okay, and then you can click on shift plus A. Okay, now I'll show you the same way it will work. Okay, so these are the two methods you can create buttons. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you got some idea of how you can create input fields and also buttons. Okay, so I'll be coming up with more parts. Okay, So make sure you watch it and let me know if you have got any doubt. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.